Sometimes seemingly intractable problems just require some creative thinking to help reframe the issue to find solutions. Now, Puleng Makhoalibe is an international expert in the field of design thinking and creativity, and she currently heads up the School of Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship at Henley Business School. Welcome, Puleng.
Thank you.
Just briefly, what is design thinking all about?
Okay, so design thinking was conceived all the way in the 50s, and it's about the way that designers and people in the creative industries solve problems. So that way of an artist moving from a script or a brief to a complete fine art painting or a design or a beautiful picture. That whole methodology that gets there is all about design thinking.
Now, when we talk about design thinking, it's often used to find solutions, innovative and creative solutions to some pretty tough problems out there. Considering that, how can we bring design thinking to bear on the current crisis over the funding of higher education?
Yes. So, Roger Martin and Kelly and them from Ideals were very smart early in the year 2000 to bring the concept of design thinking into business. They said there is a way that creatives and designers work that business people need in order to harness the difficult, very wicked problems that they face in industry. And when you think about wicked problems, it basically defines problems that are difficult or impossible to solve because of incomplete and sometimes contradictory factors and changing requirements, and they're difficult to recognize. And when I think about the education funding problem right now, it has exactly those characteristics. It is a wicked problem, and it does require some aspects of design thinking to at least gain an understanding of the problem, and then solutions will emerge from there.
Because, when I see the student protesters, I certainly don't see much creativity. I don't see the yearning for a solution. And I think the world around us really demands that we look for purpose, we look for meaning. Let's face it, we are all out there trying to find a passion in our lives, and I think it's everything that perhaps the education system isn't constructed upon nowadays. So how do we get there?
You're absolutely right. I spent 10 years working for the University of Cape Town, a higher educational institution, and my work was to provide technology solutions and innovations within the humanities space. And one of the first realizations after being introduced to design thinking and creative problem solving was that we're very quick to want to come up with solutions. There is pressure from managers, from the institutions we work for the people we are serving. Everybody wants answers and solutions. And design thinking suggests that if we spend a little longer time in that space of ambiguity, where we try to seek to unpack the iceberg and understand the depth of it, so understand the depth of the problem before we can suggest any solution. So it's a mindset that you have to have, that I want to understand. I want to understand context. I want to see the world from my user's perspective. I want to see the world from the perspective of those that are affected by the situation. And only when I come to a place of close to complete understanding of the situation, only then will I walk into a solution mode. So it is a difficult thing to do. I try to do it with corporates all the time through my programs, and because life demands that we give answers very quickly, it's not a mindset that we wear all the time. And design thinking suggests spend a little longer time in understanding the context and in understanding the problem. Then you might give a better solution.
So more deans going and sitting with their students the same way Adam Habib did last year is certainly one way of approaching this. But as you say, a very wicked problem that confronts us across our campuses here in South Africa. Puleng Makhoalibe, Head of Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship at Henley Business School, applying some design thinking to the wicked problem of higher education funding.